Hi there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chill and Trade TV. And if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. And if you are back here again, welcome back. So, in this week's video, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking about gold and Nasdaq. For those of you who really follow the channel, know that most of my videos are on gold and Nasdaq and a few currency pairs here and there. So also, if you want to trade with a regulated FSC broker, just click on the link in the description down below. And if you want to know exactly what is or find out more about an FSCA broker or what it means when a broker is FSCA regulated, there is a video in the channel. So just go back there and have a look so that you are well informed when choosing a broker. So let's get into today's video, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be looking at gold. Remember last time gold we were looking for continuation to the upside. However, I did say if something like this would play out as well, and which it did, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. So this is actually a nice pattern. I'm just going to extend that there a bit, and then we can just do that. So this pattern has completed, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see any more pushes to the downside. This pattern has completed. So let me just get this there. So we're just basically anticipating price to continue pushing to the upside because it broke out aggressively. So which does confirm that okay, this pattern completed and we have momentum to the upside. Momentum to the upside. You have the strong leg up, the strong leg up. And what I like is that it broke out with this aggressive candle. See, this is a nice confirmation that the market is pushing up to the upside. And if maybe, let me just do this, get rid of this. If you saw this move before it happened and you anticipated it before and you entered, I hope you guys just hold because the market is still gonna push to the upside. So for me right now, I don't usually enter these big patterns when they break out. I usually just wait for a smaller pattern, a smaller pattern. Or let me do this. Let me just draw that zone there a bit. Let me see from the previous. Okay, let me see from there. Actually, let's just extend the zone. Let's just extend the zone like that. So we have a diagonal resistance and the zone as well. So price broke out. So right now, what I can anticipate is for price to go back and retest either the zone or the diagonal resistance, and then the push to the upside. Either they retest, push to the upside, or I'm simply just gonna wait for price to give me a pattern. Price to give me a nice pattern. Then I'll enter at the break. I'll enter at the break. So even if it does give me a retest in the form of a pattern, I am still going to enter. I am still going to enter. So that's basically what I am looking for, ladies and gentlemen. The price to give me a pattern or a retest back to the diagonal resistance or sub zone, and then I'm going to enter there. So that's it for gold, ladies and gentlemen, for next week. Just mainly focusing on buys, and let's go to Nasdaq. Let's go to Nasdaq. Let's go to Nasdaq. With Nasdaq, we were looking for sales until this low. However, that didn't play out, which is fine. Which is fine. So right now, as we see, price is pushing up. Initially, like I said, we were looking for sales until the zone before price can reverse to the upside. However, price didn't get to our zone, so it is pushing up. So let's just look for buys right now. Let's just look for buys. Let's just look for buys. Let's just look for buys. Let me just do that. Get rid of this so that we get a nice clear chart. Let me just go to the 4-hour time frame and see exactly what we can anticipate here. We're still looking for the buys. There's nothing that's going to change our minds for now. Okay, we are still looking for buys. Let me go to the daily just to confirm. We are still looking for buys. We are still looking for buys. This was just a pullback. This was just a pullback. So let me go back to the 1-hour time frame. Okay. So, but then what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? If let me try and identify a structure here. We'll use that high and the falling high. See how nice that perfectly fits our structure, because now we have a break and then a retest and then a push up. So this breakout and retest confirms that price is pushing to the upside. Let me see if we also have a zone from here. There we do have a zone. Let me just zoom in a bit. We do have a nice zone. This is very nice. So price gave us a nice breakout candle, went back to retest, and now it's pushing up. Now it is pushing up. So we can confirm now that we are looking for buys. We are looking for buys. We are looking for buys. Let me just remove the previous zone because we don't need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. As well as this. Let me just go to the 4-hour so that we get a nice clean chart. So this is what I like doing as well, just getting a nice clean chart. Just removing previous analysis and getting a nice clean chart. I won't remove this zone as it because that is basically our target. We're going to use this zone as our target. Remember, this pattern, once it always completes where it started, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why we are going to keep this high. Let me go back to the 1-hour time frame. So this pattern, let me just look for the other low. Start it from when it ended. Okay, let me just use that low. Let me use that. Okay, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. You all know this pattern. If you don't know what this pattern is, this is a descending pattern. This is a descending pattern, which usually means reversal in the market. So now that we have our clear direction and we know where the market is going, which is to the upside. So if you miss this entry, don't worry about it. Price seems to be giving us something nice here. Price seems to be giving us something nice. Let's see. Is this also at a previous zone? Uh, I'm just going to use this. Okay, there's no previous zone. There is no previous zone. So looking for a retest is not gonna be accurate. So now, ladies and gentlemen, personally here, I'm just waiting for price to give me something like this. To give me something like this. I'm just anticipating price to give me something like this. And then I'm going to enter at the breakout. I'm gonna put my buy stop right there, and my stop loss is going to be somewhere below there, somewhere below there, after the previous low of the candle, somewhere there. If you have a big enough account, I mean, you can put your stop loss below, because sometimes what happens is that price does break out of this pattern and then it goes back for a retest and might spike you out and then continue in the uptrend, in the direction. So if you just want to be safe, you can put your stops below there if you have enough funds. But for me, I just like putting my stop loss there. Sometimes I don't really put a stop loss depending on what I'm looking for or how the market behaves. But sometimes, not always the time, but you should always have a stop loss. Should always have stop loss. Remember, you just need to trade with money that you are willing to lose. So for me, sometimes I'm willing to risk because I'm willing to lose that money. But otherwise, just follow your trading rules and your trading styles or strategy. So once we get the confirmation that price is going to the upside and we have all our orders placed, the target should be right there in the zone. Can be there in the zone or just there, just there. So this is gonna be a nice trade, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a nice trade. And if you've already entered here at the lows, just hold, just hold, just hold. And just make sure that you lock in your profits. Just make sure that you have your profits locked in. Just have your profits locked in and hold. One thing I've learned is that you should always capitalize on your profits. If you have a stop loss in place, wait, be patient, because you're always patient for an entry. Also be patient for 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 price to reach your target, and also you're always patient for your setup. So why be patient for your setup, be patient for your entry, and not be patient when it comes to your take profit? Doesn't make sense to me, guys. Does not make sense. So just be patient in everything you do in the market. Just be patient when it comes to your setup, your entry, and your targets. Just be patient. So that's what we'll be looking forward to for the coming week. Price to complete until this high, and then once price has completed at the high, we'll see what happens right there. So that's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for this video. Until the next video, like I always say, this is not a trading strategy or some sort. It's just me showing you how I look at the market. We always have different trading styles and strategies, but as long as we get the direction the same, that's all that matters, because we're in this to make profits. We're in this to make profits, and it is our full-time jobs. So you need to treat it as such.